Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 7. See, I forgot what episode it was. It is Textual Tension. Okay. And if you are new here, welcome. Mm, okay. We do reviews here, okay. And if you are returning, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We are family here. Give me a thumbs up, like, and share, and comment, and subscribe to my channel. And we will begin. Is my mic on? Yes, it is. Hello. All right, now. Julia and great grandmama Martina. Great grandmama Martina is taking these boys to see some goats and chickens, and I think that's they farm or something. I have no idea, but they taking them to see some goats and some chickens, and uh, listen up, stuff starting to fall down. See, they shouldn't be adopting these black boys. Excuse me. That's just my opinion on it. Anyway, so they taking them to see these goats and chickens and stuff. And these boys is wearing Balenciaga t-shirts and stuff like that. They don't know no about Balenciaga. If you don't take them to Target and get some regular clothes so they can just get dirty and play. If you taking them to see goats and and chickens and stuff, you got on Balenciaga t-shirts, man, please. Okay. Anyway, so Alexia and Tia, not no Alexia and Adriana are coming over, and they are competing to be who is the best TT. Tia, that's what they is. TT Tia, whatever. Okay, they trying to be the best auntie. Okay, so Alexia already won because she bought donuts, honey, and I think the oldest one, I think his name is Jackson. Uh-huh. Yeah, he was all in them donuts. Now the other one wasn't into the donuts as of yet, but that oldest one was into them donuts, and lo and behold. Who calls Karamo? Now I like Karamo. I do like Karamo. I don't have nothing against Karamo. However, it was very convenient how he called Julia and invited her to this gala. It seemed like he the only black friend. Okay, he seemed like she only got one black friend. And she said, we just always have a good time together. Yes, baby, because you always did like that big black dick, okay? That's why y'all having a good time, okay? Even though he ain't giving you that big black dick because he swing the other way and you swing the other way too. Well, no, you swing both ways, okay? But he not giving you the big black dick. But it just seemed like to me that he just kept call out the blue to invite Julia to this gala. And, it seemed like he the only black friend. And the social worker asked, you have any male role models? You should have asked, do you have any black male role models? That's what you should have asked, okay? But I said before that the social worker should have been a black lady because I they just don't seem to get that they are raising black boys and they are going to be seen differently in the community. Okay, they not raising white boys, they are raising black boys, and they are going to be seen differently in the community. That is just the way it is, and and it's getting worse. It's getting worse, and no matter how much love, how much understanding, how much money you have, is still not going to prevent them from these racist people. And I don't even know if y'all too far from racism, seeing as how Julia is acting on this cast. Okay, I don't see too how far y'all are from racist. Okay, but I ain't gonna call y'all racist. But I don't. Y'all may be like a stepsister of racism. I'm just I'm just calling how I see it. That's all I'm calling how I see it. But anyway, Karamo inviting Julia and all her friends. That means the cast. Because Julia ain't invite nobody else but the cast. Okay, now Kiki invited her friend, but the cast, um, he invited the cast to this gala that he's gonna get awarded something for. Okay, good. Larsa purchased a house because she said, she tired of being in the penthouse condo or whatever, and now she bought a house. Good for her. Yay. Give you claps. Okay, moving on. So Stephanie come over, aka Tatika. So if I'm calling Stephanie Tatika, you know who I'm talking about, because I like the name Tatika, and and I think that's her real name. Okay, so that's what I keep calling her Tatika. So Tatika come over looking like Gidget again, probably with some kitten heels on, honey. She be killing them kitten heels, honey. Um, so she said she don't like the glass doors. She said because they get fingerprints on it. Larsa was like, they got handles. She was just like, no. She was like, fingerprints. She said that's why I can't have no kids, because boogers and Birkins don't go together. Girl, first of all, Larsa's kids grown. Okay. Larsa's kids is grown. Second of all, Larsa's kids shouldn't be in her closet in the first place. Okay, but the second of all, her kids are grown. Okay, and if they get um fingerprints on it, she know she know to tell him to clean her glass. What the problem is? What the problem is? But Tatika saying she is a self-proclaimed OC. She got undiagnosed OCD. I don't know. She self-diagnosed. That's what she said. She got self-diagnosed OCD. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Moving on. So, um, so they go to the gala with Karamo. And so Tatika picks up Marisol in her Rolls Royce, and she got a bar in the center console, and she made her a cocktail. I do not like the word cockies. I just don't like the word cockies. So she made her a cocktail, okay? And so Marisol saying, yeah, I got a liver of she said, I just had my colonoscopy. Um, she said, yeah, at 57, she just got her first colonoscopy. And let me tell you, all right, so I had some GI problems, right? And so then uh, my GI doctor was like, well, have you had a colonoscopy? I said, no, I ain't 50. But that's before I was 50. I ain't 50. She was like, no, you supposed to have it at 45. I ain't know. I ain't know. So I had my first colonoscopy. I think I was about 48 or something like that. Yeah. I didn't know. And I don't think I had one since. Ooh, I guess I should. No, I think I don't know how often you supposed to get them. I thought it was like every 10 years. Don't give me the line. And listen, I'm a medical professional. But I deal with children. I'm a peds nurse. I know how often kids supposed to have their vaccinations and stuff like that, but I don't know how often I'm supposed to get mine. my annual checkup. I know I'm supposed to get a mammogram every 2 years. I know that. Okay. Anyway, so she said, Marisol said my liver is gorgeous. I mean, my colon is gorgeous. But then Tatika said, well, what about that liver though? And all I could think about was Kelly on Real Housewives of Atlanta talking about, what about that baby though? Mm-hmm. That's exactly how she want to say it. What about that liver though? Uh-huh. What about that liver though? Okay. Yep. So Adriana arrives to the gala, and Lisa and AC JoJo arrives too. You know, at cocaine allegedly. JoJo arrives to the gala too. And Guerdy and Alexia arrives as well. Oh, Karamo. When he hugs Julia, he is overacting. Oh my God. Ooh. Send that down the toilet, honey. Yes, he is overacting all day. And I'm like, that ain't cute at all. And so then he compliments Steph on her necklace because they arrived too. And he compliments Steph on her necklace. He said it smelled like money. And Tatika said, yeah, my husband stinks. My husband don't smell good. I don't know. She said something about her husband smelling. I don't know. She said it smelled like money. Okay. My husband stink. I don't know what this mess is yet. Lisa. Oh, so Lisa tells the group since Larsa is not available because Larsa had a birthday party to go to, so she is not coming to the gala. So she gonna tell Larsa's business, talking about Larsa said that I'm a narcissist because I got the most red flags in the in the red flags game. And so is that hair? Okay. And so and so then she was like, I call her a narcissist. Boo. Boo. And they all excited. Talk about, oh, you made it funny. It's not funny. It is not funny, okay?
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Didn't laugh. Boo. Boo. That was corny and it wasn't cute at all. So Alexia texting Todd back and forth. I thought she said she don't text. At the end of this episode, she said that she because when somebody chose some text message, she said that's why I don't text. I just call. But anyway, she texting Todd. Who cares? I'll be back. Sorry about that. That was my niece calling. Anyway, Alexia, nobody cares about you texting Todd. Get back with him. As far as I'm concerned, stop. If this your storyline, go somewhere with that, okay? Because I can really give a fuck about you and this storyline. Thank you very much. Guerdy lets everybody know that she's having a breast cancer celebration on Tuesday, and everybody's invited, okay? So, Guerdy Celebration of Life, okay? Oh, everybody has to be in white cocktail attire. So Guerdy and her family taking pictures, and Guerdy said that, I know, Miles, that you don't like crowds. So he is on the autism spectrum, because a lot of the kids who are on. See, I told you I know a lot about kid stuff. I don't know a lot about adult stuff, but Kids that are on the autism spectrum, they usually have like crowd sensitivities and texture sensitivities and things like that. But they're very, very smart. They're very, very smart. But they're kind of, kind of like oddballish, But yeah, because he just had a tendency. He looked like he was on the autism spectrum, but I'm quite sure he's very, very smart. Um, and so, but she did just fine with Guerdy. I think that's the reason why she didn't invite a lot of people, because she said she only invited like 40 people. She said, but I think because of her son and the crowd issue. Guerdy is a good mama. Anyway, so they take pictures, and so then Julia was the first to arrive, so she talking to Russell, and so Russell says, "Good luck." When she said we adopted two boys, and he said, "Good luck," okay, and good luck raising black boys, cause Russell is raising black kids, okay. In this society. So he already wishing you good luck. Okay. And hopefully they make it to 18. Okay. In this society. Okay. Tamir Rice. Okay. Okay. In this society, we hope that they make it to 18. All right. So, Julia is talking about, still talking about her disagreement with Guerdy. And so you know, she like, well, we move forward and things like that. And so he was like, well, I'm glad everybody can move forward. So Adriana arrives. And Kiki, I love the wig, Kiki. You was working that wig. She tells Larsa that this was her grandmama's church, or her mama's church, her and her mom old church. And she said it was a Baptist church, and honey, they used to praise dance and get the Holy Ghost and everything else in that church. Lisa and Alexia arrive. I don't like the dress that Lisa had on. And Tatika and Marisol arrives. I don't know if they rode together, but Tatika and Marisol arrives. Julia tells Marisol that she went out with Todd and Alexia, and Todd saying that he want to get together with he want to get back with Alexia. So nobody cares. Who cares? So fucking what? So golly, who cares?
Don't care, don't care, don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. Get back with him, honey. Cool. Good. Fine with me. I don't care. Who cares? Uh so then, but Marisol had this over the top reaction when she said that Todd wants to get back with Alexia. Who cares? Girl, stop it. Stop it. So Alexia comes over because she heard her name is being talked about, and then Steph's come over as well. So Steph, of course, said, hey, we had a party for Todd, and she was like, what party? She was like, the Greek party. So Alexia didn't find that funny, but that was funny, honey. She was like, it was a party for you guys because you guys are narcissists. And so Steph's like, including you. And so she was like, I can't be a narcissist. I am too much of an empath.
Stop it. Get some help.
Didn't you call yourself a narcissist on a previous season? Then you call yourself a narcissist. I swear to God, you called yourself a narcissist. And now you're not a narcissist. You too much of an empath, girl, girl.
Why the fuck you lying?
Mm-mm. Okay. You was full of shit. Okay. You was full of shit. Okay. And so then she said, well, I'm not full of myself. Alexia said, I'm not full of myself like you are. And so Steph was like, stop, girl, I'm not full of myself. She was like, you based your party around Todd. That's fine. So Guerdy gets on the mic. She gives a check for breast cancer. Some check for breast cancer. And then she gives Russell his flowers, and she thanks him and her sons for standing by her. And so then the ladies at the bar talking about the narcissist party. And so Steph keeps calling it the Todd party. She only doing that to get under Alexia's skin. And so Alexia was like, I'm not going to agree with you. And so she said, well, it was not for Todd. It was inspired by Todd. And so Guerdy gets back on the mic, okay, or on the stage, and tells everybody the truth. She said, I'm exposing the lies and exposing and to show some text messages for our correspondence with her and Julia, to say that I was telling the truth, that I wasn't I don't even know. It was something about the cruise. I don't even know what the text message, because I didn't read, I didn't read the text message either. I don't like long text messages, just like Larsa don't like long text messages. But apparently it exposed that, she was telling the truth. Well, she did say that she was asked to come on the cruise, even though Julia said Guerdy begged her to go on a cruise, even though Guerdy said, I just got off the same cruise to go back on the same cruise. She was like, no, I didn't do that. She said, Julia, Julia begged me to go on this cruise. And I guess she was saying something about she dined alone because Julia took her name off the list for the dinner, because Martina was supposed to go, and Martina didn't go, and so she took she took Guerdy's name off the dinner reservation as well. So she dined with somebody. I don't know, child. Whatever the case may be, why y'all wait till y'all come back to this season to go over this damn bullshit? Y'all should have figured this out the last summer, but okay, we're gonna leave that alone. So she put these text messages up, and Marisol overreacts again. This is distasteful and super dirty. Excuse me. Where was all this vitriol when Julia assaulted Guerdy? Where was all of this? These ladies making it seem like she showing naked pictures of Julia. She's just showing some text messages, and y'all giving all of this, but when Guerdy got water thrown in her face, Marisol, you didn't kick her out of your wedding like Lisa did Larsa, okay? You ain't kick her out of your wedding. Nobody said nothing to Julia. except for Larsa that said, and then she said it like real quiet, like, you know, we can't be throwing water on people. That no. But Larsa also is acting a fool about these text messages, and she ain't even read them. Just like I ain't read them, because she don't like long text messages either. She ain't even read them. Okay? Oh, she acting a fool about it, but she quiet when Julia throw water on Guerdy. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. All y'all bitches. But then they rewind the footage that Guerdy was talking to Russell backstage, and Russell said, Julia said that y'all are in a better place, and so Guerdy was like, "No, we not." She said, "We not in a better place because she said that we weren't gonna bring up this cruise again." And she brought this cruise up, or brought this situation up at the Greek party, and she the one said we ain't gonna bring it up no more. So she was like, so good. Listen, she said when they go low, you go lower. She said, because I'm a new Guerdy, honey, because I ain't holding nothing in. So you do what you want to do. So yeah. So back to the front, Guerdy was sitting by Adriana and Lisa. Lisa was like, I have no words, okay? But the other ladies at the bar, Marisol, Julia, Larsa, and Alexia, they are so uncomfortable. They feel like they gotta leave. Why are you uncomfortable about some text messages? I could see if it was the naked pictures. Why are you so uncomfortable about some damn text messages? And you weren't uncomfortable when Guerdy was assaulted. Okay? Anyway, Marisol said this is public humiliation. And what was the glass of water? Marisol, what was the glass of water? Was that public humiliation? Is that what that was? Was that public humiliation? I didn't think so. Tatika goes outside to check on the ladies because the ladies stepped outside. And so she was like, well, I'm going to be neutral because I just met everybody. She was like, so I'm going to be neutral in this situation. I got to see both sides. And so Alexia was like, well, if you want to be, you can't be neutral. You can go back inside and kiss Guerdy's ass. She was like, I ain't kissing nobody's ass. She was like, so shut the fuck up. That's what she said. Okay. And so Steph was like, maybe this is normal because the man you married is a crazy narcissist. And then she said, leave my husband out of it because if your marriage was so great, you wouldn't be a part of this show. No. No, because Guerdy and Russell's marriage is great. I mean, I'm quite sure he has his ups and downs, but and they're part of the show. So nope, can't use that. Now we don't know if Tatika and Masood marriage is great. We don't know, but you can be a part of the show and your marriage is great, boo. Anyway, so Steph was like, don't be so sensitive. And Larsa said, we expected to come to this church and celebrate. Then Marisol was like, this is a church? Overreaction again. That's the reason why you ain't going to be full-time show. You ain't going to be full-time on this show. Because you overact all day long, twice on Sunday. And so Steph and Alexia are still going back and forth. She was like, she said, do I think you're too good for Todd? Yes. She said, but do you care? No. She was like, so I'm never bringing it up again. So Adriana comes outside and she said, well, I didn't like it either. She was like, but us leaving ain't cool either, so we might as well just go back in there. And then Marisol was like, this is the most horrible thing I saw in my life. Girl.
Shut up, bitch.
Girl. Okay. Girl.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
No. No. This is not the most horrible thing you saw in your life. So Adriana was like, Julia, can I speak to you? She was like, well, why don't you show your text messages? I'm not going to stoop to her level. I'm not going to stoop to her level. Yeah, because you can't. Because those text messages are the same text messages as Guerdy's text messages. So that's the reason why you can't stick to her level. Anyway, that was the end of the show. Okay? Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.